This video is about averaging. To keep it simple, averaging is a very important tool that scientists utilize all the time. We use it to measure different characteristics about groups. And when we are measuring those characteristics of groups, we can use those measurements to compare and contrast the differences between those groups. There's three ways of averaging that I want to talk about today. Okay? So first of all, in order to average anything, we need to have some kind of data. And in this case, we are going to measure beans. So we take measurements and we figure out, okay, that one is 11 millimeters, and we make we make a little table to record all of our data. And so we have some measurements. So that's the first part of averaging, is we have to have some kind of measurements. So here's what we're going to do. The three kinds of ways of averaging. We have mean, median, and mode. So we take our data, and we're going to make a little number line out of our data. Okay, so we have 1 at 9 millimeters. Okay, 1 at 10 millimeters. 1 at 11 millimeters. We have 5 at 12 millimeters. So we're going to make 5 12s. Then we have 1 at 13 millimeters. So we'll make 1 13 millimeter. And we'll make, we'll actually give that 2 13 millimeter. And then we'll have 1 at 14 millimeters. Okay. So if we're going to average these things, we're going to talk about them in mean, median, and mode. The way that we calculate the mean, we need to add up every single one of these measurements. So I'm going to do that really quickly. So I add it up on my calculator. 9 plus 10 plus 11 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 13 plus 13 plus 14. And that gives us 130. Wow. Now, in order to get the mean, we have to divide this by the total amount of measurements. So we count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 measurements total. So we take 130 divided by 11, and it gives us 11.8 millimeters. So that is the mean of this group. Okay? The average, the one that's right in the middle, is 11.8 millimeters. Now if we're going to talk about the median of the measurements, we need to make another number line. We'll start with a 9. We had 1 at 9, we had 1 at 10, we had 1 at 11, we had 5 at 12, 4, so 5 12s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 2 at 13, and then we had 1 at 14. Okay, so if we figure out the median, we count them all up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 measurements. The median is going to be the one in the middle. Okay, so if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the one in the middle is this one. Okay, so our median is 12. Okay, and what this is telling us is that in the very middle of our whole group, 12 is the median. Okay, that's where we're going to find, that's the very middle of this group. So we have a mean over here. That was 11.8. Mean equals 11.8 millimeters. Okay, the median equals 12 millimeters. And the mode is easy to figure out. The mode is the measurement that's most commonly repeated. Okay, that's the mode. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 12 is the obvious mode in this case. Now what this does is this allows us to take a look at this group of beans that we measured, and we can compare it to another group of beans. We can talk about which group overall is bigger or smaller. We can talk about which group overall has a wider variation. Do they have more big beans or small beans? And then we can talk about which ones are the most common size in terms of beans. So there's a lot of things that we can talk about because we now know the mean, median, and mode. Okay? So this was averaging. It's a very important tool in science, and it's very important for many of the labs that we're going to be doing in this class. Thank you very much.